Hello, I am AxelMC131 and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, and I just want to thank every one of my subscribers, all 100 of them, for reaching, well, 100 subscribers, and I decided that I would do something a little bit special in Kerbal Space Program, partially for fun and that I've seen someone do this before, and also because it needs to be cleared up. So we're here in KSP version 1.0.2 in my old save, and this here is the Ambition Research Station, and I've decided that this needs to be deorbited. Now there is a crew on board, so we are going to have to get them off. Fortunately there we have a Raven crew transport vessel standing by, so they are here to pick the crew up. So this is me doing some high-speed docking. Most of this is about somewhere between 2 and 8. A lot of this is between 2 and 8 times regular speed, so it lags quite a lot. Once I got these docked, they equal a total of like 164 parts, I think. But yeah, here we are coming into dock. And I hadn't actually played with this save in a long time, like almost about half a year. So I was very, very out of practice. When I initially launched the Raven, I completely misjudged it and did about 10 orbits, letting it catch up with each other. But we're just transferring the crew over. We have some science on board, so we might as well transmit that out. And then we're just going to transfer all the fuel that we can into the Raven to lighten the load on the station, because we are going to be deorbiting it with RCS systems. We're also loading up on monopropellant just to get it as light as possible. This was a bit of a risk because I didn't know how easy it was going to be with all the reaction control thrusters on the station. I didn't know how easy it was going to be to actually deorbit it. It turned out fairly difficult, but it was about 2 minutes of straight burn, so we're just going to get the Raven out of the way with all the crew on board, which she now has 5 crew members on board, I believe. We sent her up with a pilot and an engineer. But anyway, here is the Ambition station, so she is now empty of crew. We're just going to give a burst of RCS to rotate retrograde, controlling from the Mark II lander can in the middle there. There we go. And this is one of my most favourite single constructions in KSP ever. But here we go, so after about 2 minutes of burn, we've got the periaps down within the atmosphere, and we're just keeping it going till it gets low to our liking, you know? I was initially going for like a 38-kilometer periaps, but I overshot, and you can see me just get down to about 34, and then realize and push it back up to 38, so... Oh, and I also like the solar panels extending all. I don't know why I closed them, but it reminds me when they extend of like level bars on a sound amplifier or something. But here we go, a little bit later, and we have just hit the atmosphere, and I turned the SAS off, and it pretty much instantly started wobbling like this. So this is some physics warp going on here, but I'm just turning that off, so I think this is at like 2 times speed. I love the I love how much this wobbles around, and I just gave it a kick from the RCS there, just to start it turning, because that just... This is physics right here. It's incredibly pretty. I love the solar panels desperately trying to track the sun, which is behind us. We are falling into the night side, which is a bit of a shame, but we get some very sharp light angles. But yeah, so this is speeded up a bit more. And you can see this thing wobbles around a whole lot. I'm not having any input here. The SAS is off, and it's stable that way because all the weight is in that big fuel can at the back there, or at the front rather. So that's leading the way. And look at this thing bend! Look at it. When it comes around here, look at it. Whoop, bend! Bend and stretch. How to exercise your space station. But, yeah, now the light show is starting up, so we're just going to zoom out a bit, and this is where the fun really happens. I was hoping that the station would eventually explode, or at least fall apart, but it didn't really do that. It's a little bit of a spoiler alert. But we did have the solar panels fall off, eventually. I think they came off in a couple of groups. There we go. 1, 2, 3. There we go. I like how the first set of solar panels defended the other ones for a bit. I'll protect you! And now we have this remaining chunk of, I think, 4 modules, kind of wiggling like a snake. And I started putting in some RCS input, try and get it to wiggle as much as I possibly could. But unfortunately, it never ended up breaking up. But we did get some awesome oscillations here. Look at the thing bend again. How cool is that? It looks like it's alive because of how I've speeded this up. Dang. So that is super fun. But yeah, once again, thanks everyone for reaching 100 subscribers. Here's to 100 more. I've been AxelMC131, and I will see you next time.